Welcome back to another video of Unplugged EV. Well, today I will talk to you about an experiment. Would you believe it? Idiot. Did you see that? And you know the experiment I was talking about. I'm doing this for a couple of weeks now already and haven't told you about it. That's insane. That's lack of trust. I should have told you before that I'm doing an experiment and measurement with the car again. So what am I doing? The sun. Well, you know, as you all know, I'm not a big fan of leaving the car on a high state of charge for a long time. I'm always fully charging my car close to the time where I depart, where I leave home. I don't charge it straight away up when I come home. That's why I've got the timer for. It is proven that you should not leave your battery on a high state of charge for a long period of time. Every electric vehicle car manufacturer usually tells you that. I know the Nissan Leaf, the new one, and the Tesla cars, they charge as per default only to 80% state of charge. They are not charging to 100% all the time. You can obviously override this setting and do a range charge to charge the car to 100% if you need this additional range and capacity. Nobody recommends to do this all the time. They're all saying you can do it occasionally, don't do it all the time. Alright, so what about the Outlander PHEV? We are plugging this in and charging to 100% all the time. At least that's what the dog tells us. It's 100% charge every time. It's not 80, not 85, not 90. It's 100% charge. So what do you think? Is this a good or bad thing? And there's actually no way to stop the car at 80% unless you check your app or change the timer setting accordingly and make an estimate and charge the car to only 80% with a timer. If you don't have the timer, there's no way to control this. You can only open the door and see the battery gauge inside your car and make an estimate how full the battery approx is. And then pull the cable out of the car, stop the charge. But what would be the purpose of it with such a small battery in a PHEV to charge only to 80%? This would give you even less range while driving. So that would not make much sense to only charge the car to 80% or less, to keep the battery in a really, really healthy state. So what is this truck doing here? And also I have looked up in the manual, in the owner's manual, in the battery and charging section, it is nowhere mentioned to stop the charging at 80% because it's good for the battery. There's no chapter in it about charging at all. The only thing which is mentioned in the the only thing which is mentioned in the manual about the charging is do not plug in the car again and again and again if it's already fully charged. This is the only precaution they mention in the manual. It does not say either don't leave the car plugged in all the time. Make sure when the car is fully charged, you use the car close to the fully charged time. It's not mentioned in the manual, it's not mentioned anywhere on their website at all. So if now a technical challenged person buys such a car and drives home and plugs the car in and leave it plugged in for a week, this should not harm your battery at all. There should be no problem with doing that. This truck, and a similar thing is with an empty battery. It only mentions in the manual, make sure there's at least one blue bar visible when you not use your car for a long period of time. So that's the only precaution you need to do with your battery. Apart from that, do whatever you want with it. There's no rule. The battery management system, all the systems, they should take care of the battery. You should not need to worry about the battery and its state of health at all. And this is actually a good thing, because you don't want to have, because it shouldn't be a requirement to be fully technically advanced to drive such a car. There should be no need for that. And that's exactly what the battery management and the ECU is doing. They're taking care of all the technical stuff around the battery. So back to the initial experiment I'm doing for a couple of weeks now. As I said, I usually don't plug in the car straight away when I come home. I rather have it on a schedule and charge it overnight close to the departure time the next morning. So this has changed now. I have changed my habit to charge the car. The timer is turned off and the car is charging all the time. As soon as I come home, I plug in the car and it charges on 15 amp full power all the way to full. Just watching these guys here. Wow. See, they are technically challenged. So that's what I'm doing for a couple of weeks now. Alright. So that's what I'm doing a couple of weeks now. The car is always fully charged all the time. Even if I don't use the car, it's being plugged in. It's on 100% charge all the time. And I've noticed something already. Without unveiling the result of the experiment, which I don't know myself, because the experiment is still going, but I've noticed something. Remember the video I made about the battery degradation after Mitsubishi has done the cell smoothing procedure? And the battery went down every 5, 6, 7 days. Well, guys, this has changed now. With having the car being plugged in all the time, this cycle has changed now. And I'll tell you in one of the next videos what happened exactly, because I'm still trying to figure out what is going on. And I think I need more time to actually evaluate these results and this data. But just for the background, we have members in our PHEV, Outlander PHEV group on Facebook. They do the same. They plug in their car all the time and keeping it charged all the time. So the car is ready every time. They don't worry about any timer settings. They plug in, they charge, bang. Yeah, it stays plugged in as long as the car is in the garage. It stays plugged in, fully charged. And we have several users over there where the cars have about 100,000 kilometers on the clock, and they are on a far higher state of health of the battery than everyone else. From what I researched, it looks like the permanent plug-in of the car and the permanent high state of charge of the battery is good for the health of the battery. And I don't know what to do with this information, because this is against all odds. It is against all the science. It is against all the information you can find on the internet. So I'm expecting having Mitsubishi, like they implemented a secret formula in their algorithm to do magic with the battery while it's fully charged and parks for a long time. I'm not sure what exactly happens. I'm still measuring, so I'm not really done yet, but I'm drifting in the same direction as these guys. The battery degrades slower than before, and this might be coincidentally now, because I'm already down to 86.6% state of health, and maybe it's flattened out anyway because it's reaching the real state of charge of the battery. I don't know yet. That would be insane. I will do more research and do more measurement, more testing, more everything, and we'll let you know once this is all done. Okay guys, I know this is awful long time of talking, me in the camera without showing anything. Tesla. But I think it's important to make this information public in some stage, if this is a thing, which I'm not sure about yet. I'm doing it only for 3 or 4 weeks now, and the tendency goes to a healthier battery at the moment, which is crazy. All right, I'll leave this with you. Put some comments down below. What do you think about this result, this pre-result? Does it make sense, or is this just me hunting a ghost again, chasing something which is not really there? Okay, I'll let you know what's going on. Yeah, so guys, let me know what you think about this crazy experiment I'm doing. I'm sacrificing my battery for the sake of science. Oh my god. And something seems to be happening. That is the worst part. I was hoping there's nothing happening and it continues to degrade as before, but it's not. Okay guys, let me know below what you think about this. I'll keep doing this for another couple of weeks and let you know what the outcome was. Alright, so long. Thanks for your support. Thanks for watching. This is Andy from Unplugged EV Australia, signing off. Stay charged all the time.